Alright. Alright. So, this was a game we played very recently.
Dire team ban.
I wish I could turn off that voice, but I cannot. That's fine. So, let's go through the draft first, real quick.
Oh man. 5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine. Oh man. Yeah. Dire.
Okay. Yeah, we got
Come
it.
on, Radiant team. You gotta pick them right.
So, Ember Spirit, Shadow Demon were our bans. I think those are very solid. Luna, extremely solid ban. Then Terrorblade, it's a strong hero. It's seeing some play. I don't know if it's necessarily worth a first phase ban unless you are really concerned about playing against illusion heroes. I don't know. It seemed a little questionable. So we got one questionable ban so far. Underlord, extremely strong pick. One of the top, at least let's say 5 heroes in the meta right now. I'd say Underlord is extremely good. They pick Ogre, one of the strongest supports in the game. This is good.
Oh man, Rick, there's only 10 seconds left.
Let's see, their second pick is...
5 seconds left now. Well, what do you know? It's reserve time.
I remember them spending a lot of time on this, so maybe it was the other game. Pick up Darkseer. So get Darkseer Ogre. Very solid, very kind of open draft right now. One of the strongest offlaners, one of the strongest supports. Can't complain.
Reserve time.
So here's how to pick the Lone Druid. The Lone Druid was a pick that we've been discussing and kind of practicing for a long time. Lone Druid is tearing up the meta right now, and we wanted to see how we could run it. So this is kind of the exploration of how this pick went. So Weaver ban, not entirely. Weaver ban is kind of a little bit like random carry ban question mark, and they also banned the Ursa. What we kind of thought was, oops, we're going too fast. What we kind of thought was maybe they're just going for Andy heroes, which those are some of his best heroes, Weaver and Ursa. So that could make sense. He's a high SMR player on our team.
Yeah, 5 seconds
Superman Lifestealer Sniper, I think those are very solid bans. All our bans so far, really solid, top tier heroes. Very happy with it. So we pick up the Pudge. The Pudge, I think, is super good right now, in my opinion. Pudge as a position 4 support. It's really solid, rivaled, I think, in what it does only by like Ogre Magi. But what Pudge can do, which Ogre can't do, is Pudge can scale the late game because Hook goes through BKB, you can reposition people in fights, you can save your teammates.
5 seconds left now.
And as the game goes on, Pudge just gets more and more HP, as long as people are dying around him.
Reserve time.
Which shouldn't be an issue. So we'll see how well that pick works out for us. They pick the Venge. Venge, another strong ganking hero. Spoilers, we will see the ganking potential of Ogre and Venge quite a lot this game. So, get this draft moving a little bit more.
Dire team pick.
OD, extremely strong mid. Not insanely good against Lone Druid necessarily, but it's a strong hero, it's got a good team fight, and he can just kind of carry the game on his back when the going gets tough. One of my favorite and best heroes, definitely, but now I gotta play against it. The reason it's not so great against Lone Druid is you can only Astral Imprison either the hero or the bear, so the other one can just last it while this is going on. So that's why it's not really that big a deal. Necro, we wanted to pick up the Necro carry, and we just figured we could grab it now instead of last pick. Necro is extremely strong in the carry position right now. He's a super strong hero. Kind of retarded. He gets to the point where you are able to use this ult every 25 seconds, and it just becomes a clown fiesta of, like, if a fight lasts 30 seconds, you get 2 Reaper Scythes, like, and his sustain is good, and his new Shroud is super good. Like, 20% increased magic damage is against himself, but he gets 50% restoration amplification. It's just super good. I mean, it's hard to kill him when he Ghost Shrouds Death Pulses. So, last bans, they banned Jug.
Rick, there's only 10 seconds left to pick a hero.
I think they just didn't understand that we were going to run Necro carry. Maybe they're not as familiar with the meta, but the meta is Necro position 1 carry almost exclusively. The only other way we could have laned this is maybe Lone Druid position 1 carry and Necro mid, but even then, like,
pick 'em out.
Why the Jug? So I don't really know why they banned Jug. Just kind of limited their own carry potential pool, maybe. So that wasn't ideal. We banned Slark. We thought Slark would be a really good hero for them here, just able to pick people off in the backline. We have a lot of tanky heroes for sure.
Well, what do you know? It's
But
reserve time.
at the same time, Lone Druid isn't a huge fan of the Slark. If Slark times his pact well, then Dark Pact well, then you can just kind of kill the Lone Druid. No good. So final picks now. We don't get to see what they pick. Here we just grab Crystal Maiden as our last support. So good thing you ban the Slark because it's a very excuse me. Slark is super good against Crystal Maiden, obviously, but Crystal Maiden really benefits our team, gives mana regen to the Pudge, who desperately needs it, to the Underlord, who can need it too. Good root ability, and the slow is also very strong. So Crystal Maiden also has some jungling capabilities. We'll see how much that was used, but Crystal Maiden is strong hero right now, for sure. Now for them to pick up their carry. They pick a Sven. Sven, I think, was a very questionable choice on their part because Sven does really poorly against Necrophos in particular. But they have a lot of potential here, right? You can see Darkseer wall into Sven, stun, chop, 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 and you can kind of get fucked. And Ogre Magi pairs really well with Sven. Ogre Magi pairs really well with OD. So they have a solid draft, to say the least. Darkseer, really solid offlaner. Have to see how well we can punish, but it's time to skip forward.
Oh man,
This is where y'all go and fucking piss or whatever.
It'll be fine.
Okay, time for some more pauses, boys. I want to be free, Dad. Okay. So we got Andy on the Podge. We got Mitch on the position 1 Necro. Joe on the mustached Crystal Maiden. Me on Lone Druid. And then we got Will on Vance on the Underlord. As I said, going to be spam position 1. Mid 1 there. Lol. Ogre Magi roaming. Darkseer off lane. Benj also roaming. OD mid. Let's get this. Time for a little shit talking. No big deal. Okay, good. So we go to lane. Nothing super exciting just yet. We do make a couple mistakes early, so let's focus on those. I was thinking about throwing the bear down here to take a look at the rune, but decided against it. Decided to throw the bear back here to block. So here's where a couple of mistakes. We fucking didn't place a carrier right away. So a couple of mistakes here in my opinion. So we placed one ward down here to block, which I'm not. We'll find out right now if it did actually block or not. I forget if it did, but speaking of blocks, look at this fucking sexy ass mid block, so good. So we place one ward down here. Issue with this ward, it blocks, yeah, it sees if they're doing pulls, but it doesn't really see any rotations, right? If they rotate through here. Then we have another ward which we place up here in lane. Where that becomes an issue, as we will shortly find, is that they will rotate a lot of supports mid to repeatedly kill me, which is going to be bad for me. So in our top lane, we've kind of got Pudge went hook level 1. Definitely going to be a kill on this guy, which is great, of course. Next. So that was great. Normally you don't go hook level 1, but we had a game plan, we executed it. Perfect. Couldn't be happier. Darkseer now having a bad time in lane. Mid, relatively even to CS considering, but it's gonna get a lot worse. Spoilers. Dude, some of these last hits I was so close on. Oh my god. So brutal. Like he's just stacking the denies. So This did block, by the way. So we're gonna have an Iron Talon jungle a little bit, which isn't a big deal. No points in Atrophy Aura again, but I think he's got level 4s where it's like you definitely need to get up. Or I Baby Rage. The number of denies this guy gets is like actually infuriating. Okay, so wait, I wanted to actually catch this. Okay, so Ogre does a pull down here. An Ogre and Venge, they are in vision, and they smoke. See, I didn't catch the smoke. That was a big mistake. So I didn't catch them smoking. They smoked under a fucking ward. Kind of. I don't know. Actually, they might not be able to see them smoke under the ward because of this tree. But they... No. Fuck you, mid. So they smoke in mid, and I'm just fucking dead. Unfortunately. Length of the hook, only level 1. Feels bad. That was the first gank. Executed well. What could have been done differently? If we had Iron Talon down this tree, then we definitely would have had vision when they smoked right here. We could even... Let's do... Dire Fall. So we got no Vision Avenge, no Vision Avenge. Got Vision Avenge. So we kind of saw that smoke, although they were partially obscured by the trees. I feel less bad about it now, but it was still an unfortunate death. Maybe if I had been paying more attention to that lane, it would have been better. Missed another hook, no big deal. A short level 1 hook, hard to hit. T-Tor's back top. Oh, he just dove tower. So that was not good. Easy kill for our safe lane carry. So mid already not going well with that first rotation. Cool. Yeah, supports top. Try to go in, try to kill the Crystal Maiden. It should be a relatively easy kill on the CM if they get any initiation on her. But the hook saves. The hook saves Crystal Maiden from that gank, which was really solid. Mid not as disastrous as it really should be, considering. Okay, so we know the supports are rotating down. Here's another good one. So we know the supports are rotating over, but I get Astral, and this is kind of weird interaction here. We're gonna watch this in slow motion. So I'm guaranteed dead. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. Maybe if I body block with a bear or something. So he Andy said he turned invisible, but he walked under tower with the invis room, but it looks like he did attack. Yeah, he was invis, but then he attacked. Yeah, Venge stole a kill. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just fogged you. But being in the career. So, not going well mid. Even though the CS is actually not insanely different. I don't know if he's just missing last hits or what. I'm not last hitting perfectly, but I'm adding a lot more than he is. So, kind of brutal lane. Other lanes, Underlord doing fine for CS. The Sven is CSing out of his fucking mind. But then again, we've got some kills on our good old Necrophos. So the net worth is really not that far off, even with the significant CS lead.
Maybe when you're older.
Horse farming jungle. Oh, excuse me, I'm fucking tired, man. Horse farming jungle.
Oh, jeez, Morty, they're going after Tyre's bottom tower.
We're taking some damage on tower, which isn't great. That pull actually worked. So what we could be doing here, by the way, is with all full mana on Crystal Maiden, right? As another. Oh my god, I remember this fucking retard fight. We'll go back to this real quick. We'll talk about Crystal Maiden in 1 second. So get the hook, perfect. Unfortunately, the illusions do a lot of damage, and he popped ult for that. Wasn't able to kill all the illusions in time. Fortunately, I got the kill, which was huge for me. And I did not die, which is also really nice. Please don't let me die. Root! Fernando, please.
Tyre's bottom tower is under attack.
So it's actually a really potent ganking duo here, because they're able to just astral and then bench stun me. But the hope here is we can get another hook. These hooks have been saving the day so far. Kind of sitting mid because it's so interesting. So I should have a Midas by now, but I just don't. Which really sucks. So we got a haster in here. We weren't able to make any plays because they have too many people here. That's fine. Anyway, like I was saying, so we got full. Oh no, I'm dead again. Time to die again. So I also imprisoned. See, that was a mistake. What I did there. So what I did there was. So I got imprisoned, right? What's my bear doing? My bear gets a last hit because I didn't realize I was being ganked yet. But then, I'm like, okay, I'm being ganked. What I should have done immediately is use my bear to attack. My bear was running away, doing fuck all. Right? My bear was running away doing nothing. When it could have been putting out damage. Right? If I had attacked and gotten a root or something, that would have been huge. So we get one kill on the ogre. We're looking for a kill on the bench here. We need Underwood to get out of the way. We're rotting. They actually bought back here, which was insane in my opinion. I couldn't believe they fucking bought back. That was a really unfortunate. That was a really unfortunate miss on that hook. Would have been an easy kill. So they bought back on the ogre. The Underlord dies to a Darkseer illusion. Hutches was waiting for his hook to come off cooldown. OD looks like OD's getting out.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But unfortunately, OD gets hooked. Can I go in and do anything up? Dude, they rotated so many people fucking mid. It's insane.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under
Where's my bear? Bear, come to me. Okay, we're not watching this whole game in fucking slow motion, but that was a fight where you saw we were on like the razor edge of actually like we're on the razor's edge of actually like coming ahead that fight. And I think if you look at the net worth graph in that fight, it wasn't even that bad because
it's a killing spree over here.
This whole fight was a different thing. But because they bought back on Ogre, which was basically totally unnecessary. It didn't really gain them anything. So we Reaper Scythe here, which is good. They kind of just came in this fight overextended. I don't know what they thought they were going to be getting. Mitch, right-click him, you fuck! Okay, now this is really bad. We're gonna watch this one again. For the shame of fucking Mitchell. Okay.
It's a killing spree.
So yeah, we'll do it one more time. So self-imprison here, right? We know where he is. We can block him. We have very little mana on Crystal Maiden, so Crystal Maiden couldn't really do anything about the Venge, right? Who is this here as here supporting? OD gets like weirdly pushed out of bounds and gets the kill on Joe. You get the hook.
Oh, initiating killing spree mode.
But unfortunately, by being in range of
Four in a row.
Okay, yeah, look at this. Being in range of the OD attacking was really unfortunate without mana. There was really nothing that Joe could have done there. So he might have been better off just kind of like backing up or just trying to trade right click straight up with the Venge like over here. Because this should have been like a totally straightforward kill. Now what's happening here? I can't do that because we're in slow motion. But Necrophos is not attacking.
Wubba lubba dub dub.
Right now he's attacking. Another self-imprison. He's attacking this fucking creep instead of the Venge. Right? So it would have been a kill on the Venge. Definitely if he attacked, right? Would have been a kill on the OD if he attacked. So he missed out on a double kill there, and we ended up like, kind of feeding horribly actually. So we kill one. They smoke up. He's going for the Reaper Sight, but he can't get it. Super low, but he's gonna pop Ghost Shroud, heal. Still taking a lot of damage from Darkseer. Darkseer wants to go in. So we get one. Miss the hook. OD TP's in. Go for the Ogre, get the Ogre. Self-imprison. Still gonna get slowed down a little bit. He's just sitting there. If he walked this way or this way, he would have lived. Attacking the wrong things, attacking creeps, attacking nothing, didn't attack that, didn't attack that. And didn't have enough mana for Death Pulse at the end. So that was it. Did he use Veil? That's another question. We're gonna look at it one more time. One more time, boys. Okay, so Veil is not up. Not up. Right quick. Veil is up now. So I guess Veil didn't really matter at this point. But it was brutal. That was a brutal one for sure. We focused on that a lot. But at the same time, it gave me some space mid to farm, which was good. Still very brutal, and somehow we still stayed top of the net worth despite that. I'm giving that to someone else, surely. Okay. So that's one fight examined brutally to death. As I was saying, and kind of got distracted from. So this is not the build. First of all, in Crystal Maiden, and not this game for sure. You want to be maxing Frostbite for sure. Maybe splitting Frostbite and Arcane Aura with 1 point in Crystal Nova. Multiple points in Crystal Nova aren't really getting you that much compared to multiple points in Frostbite. And the best part about Frostbite is you can throw it onto these usual creeps and get a lot more farm. But right now, oh my god, Detours so hard. Let's see what we see, and then we'll discuss more Crystal Main stuff. We're trying to discuss the Crystal Main stuff so hard, but it's just not happening. Okay, so we're farming bottom. This is fine. Ah, there, right fucking there, actually. So it was perfectly okay. So we're in a micro positioning right now, right? So this positioning is fine. This positioning is totally okay. If they get a TP on the tower right now, you're in position to back up, right? So you throw down your Firestorm, right? And right there, you're out of position because he's able now. If someone TPs in like here, right? Tower range is like right here. If somebody TPs in right there, Sven has time to stun you and have someone come in, right? Because he's behind you, right? If you start walking forward right now, you're okay, right? But the turn, now this line here has been crossed, and he's got positioning advantage on you. So you have no idea if anyone's TP'd in here, by the way. But goes in. Now you're in a really bad place because you got the tower on one side, so you can't back up this way. He's on this side. You're forced to root him. He ults. Stayed. See, this whole thing. Once you rooted him and started to run away, you were still probably dead because of the support coming in. But not only that, you stayed here and fought him after he God Strength. Like, this support actually did nothing. He just totally soloed you there, just because of this small positioning error right here, right? As soon as the Sven crossed that line, you were basically fucked, and right clicking him basically did nothing. So that was not great, but this lost mid lane is still having a grand old time. Big mistake on the Venge. I don't really know what the game plan was. We've been killing her all game. I didn't actually like that Reaper Scythe very much because it kind of meant we couldn't use it in another fight if we wanted to. Like, that Venge was definitely going to die, but if we get a hook on the OD here, like, only have to get OD to half health and then kill with Reaper Scythe, whereas we can't now. But not a big deal. We're not planning on fighting for the next 80 seconds anyway, maybe. But got my Midas. We're gonna start to slowly catch up. I'm not using Rabbit enough because I'm garbage. CM putting on wards. It's fine. We finally got some. We got some more defensive wards, which is good. Not having wards up here or down here early game was part of the reason I had such a hard time mid. So we've kind of grossly made up for that with our multiple defensive wards on the bot lane here. Looking for some kind of action down here. I don't know if how much kill potential we really have against an Ogre or Sven with just Pudge, which is level 6 though. Does have ult, which could be good, but just not sure how good it can be. Double boots, OP.
Fresh meat.
Okay, I missed it. T-Tours again. I'm fucking on point today. So, I want to see the whole thing. Okay. I love this glitch. So, we're kind of going aggro here. Ghost Shroud into heal is kind of okay, but it's a little questionable against the Ion Shell. The Ion Shell does a fuck ton of damage because of that. So a big mistake was Astral Imprisoning in there, actually. If he didn't Astral Imprison, I think it would have been a more straightforward kill. It's just some right clicks. But they go for it. Fortunately, that was a mistake. That was a mistake, boys. They do get position 1 for us, which is not great. We've got no health or mana on our 2 supports. But I'm trying to pressure mid while this happens. One benefit, but at the same time, they smoked up. They kind of wrap in behind me. I'm running So the smoke is revealed. I would have had this much time, but the smoke kind of fucked me. If I had... Let's watch this one more time. I know we love watching this multiple times here. So if I had... Where am I? I'm a ward now? Oh, I was asked for imprisoned invisibly. If I roared right... If I had roared right there, I think I had enough time to roar right there. If I do roar, I might live. That's the only way. If I had roared on either of my heroes right there. It was a tough ask. Fortunately, they wasted OD ult, which is good for us. And our Underlord comes in, puts a lot of damage down. Unfortunately, Mitch dies again, which is like really brutal. It's like the worst possible hero as well. Oh, and this self-astral. It's like, please God. Missed hook. Missed hook would have been a kill. But we do get the OD finally. The mega kill streak is ended, which is really good. So that hook would have been one more kill, but overall, not a great engagement, but could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I would have said a questionable TP there, but it wasn't that big a deal, and it did stop the tower going down, so that's fine. I died without using my Midas, which really sucked, and now I'm just sitting in Fountain Favor Raging, I guess. And I popped my Bear Q too early again, so he wasn't able to hop to me right away. I'm not popping the Rabbit enough. A mistake. It looks like they want to fucking fight, and I want to not die. Oh, this is another mistake. Watch this. This is really dumb. So I think this is a part. My positioning here was just so fucking garbage. There's no reason. So we have a Pudge here. I'm thinking about maybe engaging, but we know they have 3 heroes and 3 really strong heroes here. Is this part I'm thinking about? So minus armored. I think this is the part I'm thinking about. My position here just way too far forward. Benj could have walked forward and swapped me. This isn't actually the part where she comes forward and swaps me, so I'm wrong. This is the part where we just sit around and watch. Okay, this is not it. Not it, but it was still garbage on my part. They're looking to initiate up here. Fortunately, they kind of fuck things up. Now, I think this is where things get interesting. So pull back, get safe. They have 5 up here. We have 4 up here. I'm pressuring mid while this is happening because I'm so fucking far behind. It's not reasonable for me to try and fight this. So we Veil. They get an Astral Initiation. God, if I didn't have to fucking like scroll down every time I wanted to just change the speed, we're gonna watch this nice and slow. So, nice pullback. So first, we start off with a pullback. Another defensive Pudge hook, which was really good. We don't really want to be pulling a lot of these heroes in with a Pudge hook because, like, oh, well, the Sven comes in with a Pudge hook and stuns and kills someone. Like, that's not good. They've got a lot of defensive spells. Sandy's Eclipse is up again, so we don't really want that in. So they go in, initiate on the Underlord. We saved him a little bit, but now he's back in. Rooted, but he can still attack, I believe. No. Root you can't attack through, but you can cast spells through. So the root was good. Underlord is able to get off his Pit of Malice here. He's basically gonna die, so he's just gonna cast all his spells. We get a back wall here on the back. Pudge goes for eating. Crystal Maiden gets a very nice ulti off here. Does a lot of damage actually. Does a serious lot of damage before he dies. And allows us to get a Necro ulti on the Darkseer. Right? So here's where they make a mistake. So this Sven is insanely low health. There's no reason for him to continue going in here, right? If the OD and 2 supports are not able to win this fight, his presence isn't going to help because he's just going to guaranteed die as soon as Death Pulse gets off. And spoilers, Death Pulse is getting off right now. So he feeds a kill to the enemy carry for no reason after getting a triple kill. So we're standing around, hitting, like thinking this is an easy kill. And it should be. But he presses Q, pops a wand charges, pops ult there. That was a panic ult. And now he's able to clean up. Boom, and that's a rampage. So if we watch that full fight in normal speed, we've got initiation, counter initiation, reinitiation, initiation over here, right? Counter initiation there, 1 kill, 2 kills. This is a mistake. 3 kills, 4 kills, and 5 kills. So it's super good for our carry, right? I end up coming in at the end for no fucking reason. We question mark, which is not good, but during the course of that, I managed to take mid tower, which is super valuable for me and for our team, right? My net worth is now 2nd on my team and 3rd in the game instead of being fucking under Pit Lord. And now we're able to rotate top and take another tower. So in the end, that fight was kind of a huge turning point for us. If we look at the net worth, the swing is huge, right? They're over 2k, which is relatively close, of course. But now it shoots down to 3k. So really insane turn of events for us. Really good. I've got my Dragon Lance up now so I can actually consider coming to things. Until I get my Mjolnir, I don't really want to be fighting that much. I kind of want to just farm until I get that. Because my damage really spikes at that point. But, okay, this is a feed right here. This is my feed. This is the feed I was talking about. So they have 1, 2, 3, secretly 4, 5 heroes mid, right? I'm thinking that I can cheekily throw my bear in there and get a deny, right? But what I wasn't really thinking at all was the fact that Nether Swap. Wow. Okay, wait a second. No way, dude. We're gonna do this real quick. Okay. So here's the Nether Swap range. We're gonna watch the Nether Swap range this whole time. It was a mismicro. Before anything happens, it was a mismicro. I should have sent my hero back here and the bear over here to attempt for the deny. But I'm not in Nether Swap range. Not in Nether Swap range. Not in Nether Swap range. What the fu- Literally that whole time I was outside of Nether Swap range. Fucking I knew it, dude. Volvo, please nerf. That's fucking bullshit, dude. Clearly I was not in fucking Nether Swap range. That's so retarded. And now I die and feed and cry. That sucks. But oh well, it was still misplay and mispositioning for me. But that was not Nether Swap range. And then they get a free pick off on Joe because he wasn't paying attention. Okay, no big deal. So, as I've been trying to say this whole fucking game, Crystal Maiden. What Crystal Maiden could be doing the entire laning phase, and even to a degree now, right? Is you can throw Frostbite. You can throw Frostbite. See this build is fucking not good at all. You can throw Frostbite onto a large creep, and it will kill that large creep, guaranteed. So you're sitting in lane, la la la. You walk over to large camp, which is minion camp, and you just Frostbite a creep, right click, dead. You don't have to right click, but it's dead even earlier. Oh, I'll have to watch this fight too. But I'm gonna finish fucking talking about Crystal Maiden. So the Crystal Maiden, part of the advantage of Crystal Maiden is the fact that you can get a huge influx of gold in the early game just by abusing the fact you have Frostbite, and Frostbite does insane creep damage, like 1,000 total damage to creeps, right? Like that's just fucking insane, right? So like 1,000 damage to creeps. It just kills all these fucking creeps. So had you been doing that, right? The net worth, let's say like another 50% net worth or something. Like that's insane. I mean, you're up here with Pudge now. It's another. Let's see what can we buy with 1,000 net worth? Fucking 100 null tallies, 2 null tallies. No, but seriously, 1,000 net worth is significant, and if you're killing creeps consistently with your Frostbite, especially when you're sitting lane with full mana, which a lot of times we were having Crystal Maiden sit in lane with full mana, it's really valuable, and it is also super valuable on heroes, right? I mean, a 3-second root is super good against a hero like OD, hero like Sven, hero like Ogre who wants to be walking around, you know? So Frostbite really good. Crystal Nova is great at farming creep waves. If you throw down creep waves, it's really nice, but it's not as valuable as I think that this should be like reversed, basically. Like 1 point Crystal Nova, 4 points Frostbite, and 2 points on Arcane Aura is kind of like whatever, but okay, now we're gonna look at this fight. Oh, dude, music in my fucking ears. I'm gonna try one more time. Ah, again, beautiful. So, once again, they're 5-manning. They just gave up Rampage, but got a good pick off. Throw out a hook. Throw out a hook. Does not land. They do a Venge swap initiation. Do not stack their stuns, which was a mistake. Oop. So they don't stack their stuns. Jeez, god damn it. They don't stack their stuns, but they're going in. We get a back wall. Instantly kills our Underlord, but he's got the good pit down, so the pit is really working overtime for us. Crystal Maiden doing a great job popping this ult. Did a decent amount of damage. Helped kill the OD. So the OD gets ulted by Necrophos. Now this is where they kind of make a mistake here, in my opinion. So I wish I could zoom in and out while this was happening. So they kind of stay in here a long time. See that root? Imagine that root was twice as long. Which it literally could be. So their carry goes in and totally fucking feeds. Right? They overextended before. Oh, another unfortunate hook. Right? So they burn all their mana now, and now it's like, alright, what do we do? Can we even take this tower? Facing down Darkseer, who is just kind of in a world of fucking hurt right now. They somehow get vision of him and kill him. And then they... Oh, the one fucking creep in the way. So, overall, a definitely win for us. Now, if I had been there, right, I was just farming away like a fucking idiot over here. But if I had been there the whole time, the amount of damage, maybe we would have been able to pick up another kill or two. My argument at the time was that I didn't have any items, so I would have just fucking fed, which is true. I would have probably died, but at the same time, it might have been worth it to prevent. I maybe could have prevented other people from dying. And my bear does a lot of. My bear is just like big fucking tanky piece of shit, you know. So block the camp like a fucking idiot. Nice job. So we've almost got Mjolnir up. Maelstrom up. Forming a little aggro there. If we look at where we have wards right now, so they've got nice aggressive vision. This is going to die immediately. They've got more aggressive vision in here. We've got some defensive vision, but then we've got this kind of like semi-aggressive vision over here, kind of just seeing they exit to their jungle. But it's time to 5-man again. They don't have their Sven, so it's kind of only a 4-man. But I think we're considering smoking maybe or something. I don't really want to smoke until I have Mjolnir, because I'm so far from the I mean, you compare me to OD, and I'm ahead of OD now, but OD is fed in a couple fights, and I've been Midasing. Where I really should be is I should be up here with this squad. That's kind of really what I need. So beautiful hook, nice initiation, good kill. I'm pleading with the gods of Dota for a fucking root here. I did use Rabid, but we get the kill. We got godlike streak. We got root in the next hit, by the way. How many different Astron prisoners do we have floating around the map now? So we're able to go in. They're 2 down, and Ogre's down for a fucking extra long time, which really sucks. The OD got way too fucking tasty here. Like, when you're facing down a 5-man as OD, you don't really want to be that far forward. But they're rotating people in. They've got the Venge, and what the Venge really wants to do is swap. Wants to swap the neck. So he did swap the Necros, but it was kind of. So this is successful for them. Before I go on, this was successful for them. So this was successful for them, but it wasn't like perfect communication here. Why was that? So Necrophos is standing too far forward. Necrophos is standing too far forward. Yeah. You know the Venge is here. You know the Venge has this OP swap, which is extra range. For some reason. We get the hook on the OD. Right. So the hook on the OD, he's able to self-imprison, surely. So the question is with your team, do we go over there and fight, or do we swap in the Necrophos, which is what they wanted to do in the first place? Surely they wanted to swap in the Necrophos and then kill him under tower. Right? So you should really kind of go for one or the other. What they end up doing is the self-imprison happens, they blink in, initiate with the Sven, right? Don't stack their stuns well. So Necrophos is dead. I think the call here was made to bail out. Maybe it was, fuck it, don't bail out, let's just go in. So here, what happened there is we managed to get in range, and we'll see it one more time, loudly. Oh my god, dude, the fucking artifacting is so bad. So should have been dead on the Necrophos here, but the mech gets in range barely, fucking barely. Heals up the Necrophos, and the Necrophos is able to just turn it. And Christian Maiden gets a really good ulti off here, does a lot of damage. So that should have been Necrophos kill. If they had at the start of that engagement, either swapped in the Necrophos or initiated where Sven wanted to, right? Because he had the blink initiation, but because the blink initiation was disrupted by his own Venge, it gave Necrophos a chance to Ghost Shroud, which meant he didn't get blown up immediately by the Sven. So that ended up being a really good engagement for us, 5 for none, right? When it should have been GG. It should have been a total shit show. So suicide my bear for fun. We should really go and take this tower, guys. No, I gotta use my Midas gun to do that. Take the tower, that's fine.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Rotate mid, we'll take another tower because we got OD down for a long ass time. Ben's down for 10 seconds, sure. So they 40. This is a kind of scary 40, but they don't have OD, which is really good. We get an awesome hook here. That hook was just fucking tasty, for sure. It basically removed any chance of counter initiation by them, because Avenge is the best counter initiator they have. We have to rotate bottom because we gotta go get this tower to get shrines. So at this point, the game's a little bit like we won those two big important fights. We won those two big important fights, and off of that, we're kind of able to do whatever we want. So we've got RV3 again. So we've got the basic items I need on Lone Druid. We've got Chainmail on Pudge, Aether Lens on Pudge, which is good. And this another fight. Okay, we're gonna try and actually do this here. Okay, so we're finally coming here to push the tower. An excellent hook by Pudge. Gets the ult off. Dead. And see, this is part of the reason why Sven is so bad against Necrophos, because a lot of the power of Sven is that you get down to half health, but they can't bring you any lower. But all you need to do as Necrophos is get them down to half health, and they're fucked. So they don't have Sven for a long ass time because he got ulted. The pit, pretty aggressive, good. Stops them from coming in this way. Now we're just focusing on hitting buildings, which is fine. The hooks kind of are nice and zoning. The zoning hooks, if we land a connection, it's like insanely good for us, but otherwise it's kind of whatever. So we're fine with sacrificing the bear. This is another mistake. So we're going to focus on one more mistake they made here in this game. It's going to be allowed. So we're going to look at this initiation and we're going to see what kind of went wrong here. So we're hitting the buildings. Positioning is not perfect, right? We've got three characters basically standing in extremely close proximity. If we get a vacuum can hit on 5, right? A vacuum into OD ulti is how we lose a fight right now. And into Sven, but Sven's not around. The vacuum into wall is our biggest fear and our biggest concern right now, or should be. So what we do is let ourselves be positioned in such a way that can happen. We know he's got a Blink Dagger. We know he's Blinked Initiated on us before. We're kind of greedily staying for the Rex. What we should have done here, right, as we go forward, what we should have done here is let the bear hit the buildings, right? Only got 200 health. The bear hits for 65, but it also does bonus damage to buildings, right? So it's only a couple hits away from being killed by the bear. And we've got me pelting it from the back. They made the mistake here of they initiated in on the bear because I guess they kind of felt like whatever. So they initiated on the bear, but then Darkseer initiates in on the rest of our heroes. So we got 4 heroes right here in a terrible position to be Darkseer ulted. But because Venge initiated on the bear, you got OD and Venge. Ogre's just kind of chilling over here. I don't know why. I don't know what he's doing. He's not doing anything. He's not helping out in either of these, so we'll kind of ignore him. But Venge and OD are like, yeah, we'll kill this bear. Darkseer's like, guys, I got a sweet vac wall over here.
I didn't think Radiant
Vac wall on 4. Right? Oh shit. So Venge fucking wandering out middle of nowhere. Ogre woke up and he's like, oh, I guess I should come join the fight. And now OD has wasted time and energy attacking this bear, which is nothing for him. So
stuff happening right here. Yeah, you said it, Rick.
So we're able to walk out without much problem at the start here. The Astral Prison goes off. But they're going forward. We're able to drop the hammer and kill off the Pudge, which wasn't great, but that was the only thing we lost there when we could have lost a lot more, right? So if the OD the whole time had been pelting, let's say pelting me, or pelting the Pit Lord, then maybe that hammer drop would have killed 2 heroes, right? But instead he threw 2 or 3 attacks in on the bear, which didn't steal him any int, which didn't do any damage to important heroes, and at the end of the day, they didn't even kill the fucking bear. So Really not great for them. I leave with a lot of gold, a lot of experience. Necrophos is still enormous because of his insane killing spree he's on right now. They're in a really bad spot, so we're just gonna fast forward through farming a little bit. Gonna have to do Roche eventually. I mean, they already called GG, so I'm not super concerned. Kind of went half-ass on the fountain. That's not really super worth watching, but they went half-assed on the fountain, and then Crystal Maiden got killed for it. Not the worst. If we're gonna lose someone to a smoke gank like that, let it be Crystal Maiden, you know? Not, Core. That's fine. Wandering around, hitting creeps, hitting creeps, hitting creeps. Alright guys, let's group up, push out the lanes, and then go take Roche. Oh no, we're gonna take Shrine first. Take Shrine first, yeah. So, this is another mistake that we'll point out real quick. This game, fortunately for us, the other team was the one making a lot of mistakes. So they fortify here, right? Which is questionable, right? And it's questionable. But what they need to do now is so you fortified. You now need to get there and stop. See, they're sitting around waiting, right? We take the shrine, and then they kind of pussy out and don't initiate. Right? If they blinked high ground, blink stun, and they catch at least one on the retreat, right? With the amount of gold lead we have right now, 15k, that would have been an excellent kill to get. But unfortunately, because they were kind of scared of losing heroes, they don't initiate there. And what could have been a decent fight for them around their shrine, and they wasted fortify, which is even more scary, right? Because now it means next time we go high ground, we don't have to worry about fortify for the next few minutes. So looks like we're gonna push in top. Fine. Let's take a look at some builds real quick while we're doing this. So OD has unfortunately fallen off. OD was doing super well early game, but then just kind of fell behind after dying in so many fights. OD only has a Hurricane Pike, which is great, but not like the only item you want to have on your OD. The tread's fine, but like nothing else basically. You got Venge. Venge has some very potent items here. The Ether Lens, which is extremely valuable, and Mech, which is great, but not much else. Ogre is even poor. All Ogre has is a 4-staff Arcanes, which is Poverty Life. And then the Sven. The Sven's build here, so he went for the crit, which I understand, but I think that in this game it might have been better to consider getting the armlet. The amount of farm he was getting and the ability to farm he had, it could have been a fight changer. Being able to just have that extra HP, being able to armlet toggle. How many fights were there this game where if he had armlet toggled, he would have been alive at the end, right? Or had the potential to be alive. Armlet toggling against Necrophos is kind of scary, I know, but he was dying to Necrophos anyway, so it wasn't like it would have been a huge boon or a huge issue. So, okay, wandering around, we smoked up. Let's see what we can get. I guess we'll look at our items too while I'm here. We got Pudge with the Ether Lens. Not sure why the Windlace is not in the inventory, but Blade Mail fucking destroys their whole team basically, except for Sven. Sven's the only one with the HP pool that can tank a full Blade Mail from Pudge. So Pudge is a very scary hero with Blade Mail. He's got 14 Flesh Heaps, so can't complain about that. Our Necrophos is fucking enormous. We got Veil Ags, Blink, Shivas, and 4-staff. 4-staff can become a 4-staff can become a Dragon Lance, a Hurricane Pike, excuse me, which will be very valuable for him if he wants to go that route. Alternatively, you could just pick up something like a Sheep Stick at this point. It's not, the Blink Dagger is not super necessary in this build at this point either if you are replacing items, but And then at the end of the day, Veil of Discord, you can replace it with just like a straight E-Blade or something. But Necrophos is very, very big right now, as you can tell. Crystal Maiden actually has a decent amount of farm. Almost got the 4-staff up, but the Glimmer Cape, very valuable against their team. Ideally, Crystal Maiden wants to ult in Glimmer Cape, which could be really good. Don't know if it really happened at all this game, but fine. As far as I go, I'm not super stacked by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm building up towards a Scotty, which I think is a very solid item. Bear's got super stat efficient build, seems good. And finally, we've got Underlord, who's got a bunch of good aura items. We've got Pipe, we've got Mech, we've got Blade Mail, and looks like he's building up for the AC. That'll be super valuable in this game, especially against this Fen. But looks like we smoked in, found the OD, but we weren't really all on the same page. Pitlord was not with us for that, so unfortunate. It could have been a game-winning engagement right there, but hardly a game that's in a bad spot. So Doom Roche, we don't actually demolish Roche that quickly. We're watching 2x speed and it's still kind of ticking down. This goes on me, which is fine. Could have considered putting it on the Necrophos, but Necrophos doesn't really have slots. We do chew through the shrines though. They thought about going in on that. That was another kind of questionable. Like if we had caught them out while they were here, that could have been losing. But as it stands, we're mid, pushing in. Throw a hook, grab someone. So this was not good. Let's take a look at what happened here, boys. This is as close to the game throwing moment as you can possibly get. So we've got Underlord up front. And I was like, okay, I've got the Aegis. I'm going to go up front and right-click the tower. Okay, I've got my bear right-clicking the tower. Now, the positioning from Mitch is fine. We want you behind. Crystal Maiden, it's a little bit close, right? Because you know they're going to initiate on the closest hero. Underlord also doesn't need to be where he is, right? Not great. You throw out your Firestorm, throw out a pit, actually a Pit of Malice right up here will be fine as well. Stops them from like walking forward basically. But that's okay. And then Pudge is up here throwing hooks, not a big deal. You get the hook. And now here we have an issue, right? There's no reason for our Necro Carry, our Beyond Godlike Necro Carry, to blink in melee range of a swapped Venge, right? Staying back here was perfect. But now we have 4 heroes in melee range of the Venge. Unsurprisingly, Venge starts getting blown up. Venge, like, definitely dead. But then, Venge swaps out the OD. This was not a good play, because now we have the ability to just blow up the OD, right? You swap out of support. Like, normally it's like if we hooked an OD, you'd swap your Venge in to die instead of the OD. But what happens here is we're like, okay, I guess OD's here now. But now we are all 5 in a perfect back location. And he's done this before. You know he's going to do it. He blinks in. Backs on 5. We get Sven stunned as 5. I could have used my bear to attack the Venge and maybe gotten a kill here, by the way, but I was not focusing on that. I was more concerned with the fact that Sven got a 5-man stun and started killing all of us. So we kill the OD, which is great for us. Bad for him. Thanks a lot, Venge. But literally no fucking reason to swap out there, right? The only good thing that comes out of this fight is the fact that he fucked up and did that to save his own sorry ass. Mech keeps Venge at high health, but now we're all very low. Got heals going from our Necrophos, but he's being chased down. Very scary. I'm back up, but it's kind of like, what can I do here? I forward staff and run. My bear is doing fuck all. Gets Astral imprisoned. Don't say next to me! Managed not to. So that was not good. If we had Delta splitted a little bit more there, I think we would have been better off. I'm like about to die. And then I'm just glad I didn't drop another bear. So, really, really bad engagement. That was 100% on our positioning here. Our greed at getting in on this fucking kill, right? So we feed Beyond Godlike Streak over to... Beyond Godlike Streak over to the OD, right? Which was worth... Oh no, just 1,100 gold, no big deal, right? Even though they didn't even have fortification, we didn't take any buildings off of that, right? Now the game is actually in kind of a scary place.
What surge is this?
Fortunately, they've only taken 1 tier 2. They can't really go for racks. It's like, oh, we fight them. It's not good. Positioning error, effectively, or just literally positioning error. We go to good hook here. Do some damage. Chase him out. So, oh, another fucking excellent hook. This is really funny. This is kind of Clown Fiesta moment over here, where Venge was like, no mana for swap, no TP, like, what do, please? So I was like, oh, well, you're just stuck here forever now. Unfortunate for Venge. But they got nothing off of that other than those kills. Fortunately for us. So now we can just regroup, push down mid. Like we don't have Aegis anymore. But fortunately for us, the Sven, or what can only be described as some inexplicable reason, decided to just walk downhill. Right, and look at this shit. He walks downhill. Doesn't notice anyone here. He's got Blink Dagger off cooldown this whole time, by the way. He seems like, mid? Mid one? What are you doing? So he's forced to pop BKB and run away. Find the Darkseer on the side. Able to ult him. It's Darkseer dead. Darkseer's been the issue in every single one of our fights so far. So he's dead. We don't even know he doesn't have buyback. So it's like, well, that makes things a lot fucking easier. Just throwing out hooks. They have the shrine. My bear is in a world of pain. I was hoping he would live, but he does not live. We got an excellent hook onto the Sven. He does manage to live thanks to Glimmer Cape. So they buy back on the Venge. A good stun, but don't follow it up. Another BKB down. Gets a hook on the OD. OD's in a really bad spot. So this gonna fall apart. They're trickling in. No good. We're hitting hook after hook on these running in a straight line fighters. It's amazing. So okay, yeah, we hit the buildings. It's truly a sight to behold. I'm trying to get my Scotty on hand before the game's over, and I did. Now this is a little BM, right? Not by us for once. But they once again go in. I'll actually watch this because it's like we did this a fuck again. God damn it, dude. So the game's over. Oh my god, look at my bear scooting around. The game's over. There's really no reason to like continue this dumb shit. You know, it's like, okay, you guys have mega creeps.
Radiant's middle tower just
Like,
got wrecked.
GG. We're not really paying attention to positioning. We're just kind of hitting creeps. You know, whatever. But they're like, just kidding. Gets a second Crystallis. Gonna do back wall insist on. So they fortify. I'm like, oh
no. Morty, I'm gonna combine this. Ready?
So there was kind of no reason for them to do that. It's whatever. And their ancients at 1,000 health. Like, fortunately, they have a Necro illusion to be able to kill everything. So I make up immediately. They were able to take any buildings off of that. Like, if you're gonna do something like that, just like run that mid, dude. Like, I don't really get it. But whatever. Regroup. Get some. This was insane. This guy's jukes were out of this world. Vision. I run, start attacking more fucking buildings, and we won. Great. So, looking at that game, the kill score ended up being 36-36. A little inflated because of the 2 fights in a row. Well, I mean, there were basically 3 fights where they got like a 5-man back wall that like killed everyone, right? So of those like 36 kills, like half of those were from a single combo that they were able to pull off multiple times. So good on them for pulling off the combo. I mean, nothing against that. The Darkseer played extremely well for sure. Definitely. We had a lot of positioning errors. We had a really bad time mid early games. If you go through the games, like early game, mid had a serious problem, but our safe lane was killing it, which is great. Offlane was doing okay as well. Weren't feeding, which is great. And apart from a couple positioning mistakes on the offlaner, it was pretty good. Pudge had a lot of missed hooks early game, which is unfortunate, but it's one of those things where if you hit the hook, it's awesome. If you don't hit the hook, it's like, well, hopefully we get the next hook. So that kind of is what it is. If you look at this graph, it's a little funny because you can see exactly where like they have a lead, and we have a huge fight. That's like Rampage or Necrophos here, and then the slow slide into Midas Gaming. But then they have the huge fight here where they do was like over a 5k gold swing in like that one fight. But then we come back, take other buildings, and just kind of they get another 5-man wipe here, but it's just not enough. Did anyone even hit level 25 that game? We kind of had to 5-man a lot of the game. It was kind of just how things went. You could see exactly where fucking Necrophos got that in like Rampage, like holy shit. But it was overall a very good game. I think that we played well, and there's a lot to take from that game. More than anything, there's a lot of good stuff. If you look at positioning, as far as like individual players, individual heroes, I don't think there were serious misplays on the part of Pudge. The roaming was fine. TP'd mid every time I got gone on, but they had a really good roaming duo. Could we have warded better to prevent that? Maybe. Could we have more map awareness on our mid player? Me? Yeah, definitely. So this is one of those things. The matchup was not easiest one by any stretch of the imagination, but in the end it worked out fine. Lone Druid's a very strong hero. Necrophos, a lot of really good plays, a couple extremely bad fucking plays, like the fights top where we were right-clicking the wrong things. We weren't right-clicking heroes. We were right-clicking creeps accidentally, like shit like that. When Dota is a game of inches, shit like that is serious issue. Positioning, like blinking in that fight pushing high ground where we got the swap. We got the hook into swap, like blinking in melee range for the Darkseer combo, which had already been done to us multiple times at that point. It's like, that's not good. Beating away a Beyond Godlike streak to a team that's behind is really not good. I mean, you can see here from this graph, it's like they they really benefited from that a lot. The big Crystal Maiden issues, I would say, were just the build was just not optimal, and not using your Frostbite to farm jungle creeps that game was it could have been extremely beneficial, right? Getting Glimmer Cape a little earlier, you have a few fewer deaths. If you're able to get your farm up, I mean, if you're able to do the Frostbite jungling, you can even think about getting an early Midas, because that's how much gold you actually get. It's really really good. Underlord, a lot of really good plays. A couple times where it was just questionable positioning. A couple times where it was questionable order skills and stuff. But mostly very solid Underlord play. Can't complain. Good win, and I think that it is time after that one to take a short break, aka go have fucking dinner. So thank you for watching, as always, to my loyal and beautiful and perfect audience. I love you so. And GG.